Greetings to all. My name is Rahul Kumar and I'm a student of VIT Vellore and I reside in Delhi. So, first I'll basically show the points which were mentioned in the assignments that we had to take care of, and then I'll just tell about the points that I have taken care of and how exactly I implemented those functions. So, let's just directly jump into that. So the first thing that we had to do was making a data ingestion API, which is going to take care of the customer and the order data to be injected into the database. But I have also implemented the bonus point over here, implementing the PubSub architecture using RabbitMQ as the message broker. So let's just directly go to the Postman so that I can show the message flow. So this is just a dummy data set that I have prepared here. I'll just make a send request, I mean the post request here. So we have just got a response from the backend, that is customer data is sent for processing. So let's just go to the backend. So this is the customer route which is handling the post request. So as we can see, the backend is only taking care of validating the data. Otherwise, it is sending that particular customer data which we have got from the request body to the customer, basically to the publisher function, which is going to take care of publishing that particular message to the right queue. So as we have mentioned the name customer queue here, so this particular function, the publisher queue, is going to publish that particular message to the right queue, that is customer queue. So now the customer consumer function, which is basically constantly listening to that queue for any upcoming data, and as soon as it gets any data, it is going to process that. So as we can see here, the customer data is destructured here and then it is saved to the database. Of course, that is going to implement the PubSub architecture in a good manner, and the backend load will be reduced. So let's just go to the next point now, that is campaign creation. That is basically the audience creation part. So here we were asked to basically give conditions on creating an audience segment. So let's just directly go to the project that I have made, the platform that I have made. So this is the audience segments that are shown here. Some of these are just for demo purposes and which I used for testing. So let's just go to create audience segment. I have just prepared some data so that we don't waste time in that. Um, so rare high value shoppers, as in the people who come less but shop high, they spend more. So okay, the total expenditure is greater than 5,000, and we can just add a condition over here. That is, let's say visits is less than 9. So before I just do anything else, I'll just talk about the this particular thing, combined conditions. As we were given a few points here that we have to implement a logic where we can use and or logic, just like bitwise operators, between these particular conditions so that we can find the audience size accordingly. So let's say I want to, and also one second, we were also given this point that we should be able to calculate the size of the audience before saving. So this particular button is going to handle that. So the estimated audience size is 2, and of course let's just try it with an OR function, and of course it's since it is an OR function, it is going to give us more data points. So let's just clarify that. Okay, that is 11. 11 customers are falling into this particular segment if we just apply a OR condition. So let's just create a segment with that. Okay, so the audience is created, audience segment is created. So let's just go to the audience segment. As we can see, that it is displayed over here with the conditions and the size of that particular segment. So what is the next thing that we do? First, we can initiate a campaign. Let's see. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I have just, yes. So this is just a dummy message that we are going to send to the people, the customers who are falling in this particular audience segment. And yes, I have also taken this idea that we can just take dynamic inputs here so that when it is handled by the backend, this particular thing is going to be replaced by the customer's name to give a more personalized feel, right? So yes. So I'm just going to talk about the message sending part, exactly how it is happening. And we were also told that we can implement the PubSub architecture and the batch updates to the database for that. So I'll just explain the flow, what exactly is happening. Before I click on create campaign, let's just go to the backend and see what exactly is going to happen. So as we can see, this is the campaign creation route where we just post some data, and it is going to take the name of the campaign, the message, and the audience ID, basically for which we are creating this, the audience segment for which we are creating this campaign, and the size of that segment. After that, it is going to save that particular campaign data to the database, and the main part, that is sending the personalized messages. So this particular part is going to take care that it is going to save each message into a communication log table, as we can see here, right? And then for that, we was told this particular point, as we can see, that the delivery receipt API should be able to give random status to these particular messages that are sent, right? So this is what exactly is happening here. As we can see, another call is made in this particular request itself, which is making a call to delivery receipt endpoint, right? So it is going to send the communication log ID and the campaign ID. That means the particular log for which we are making that delivery receipt for a particular customer, and the campaign it was a part of, right? So this is the delivery receipt endpoint, which is going to first calculate the randomness, basically the random status that we were asked to assign. So this is going to take care of that. And once it is identified like what exactly the random state is going to be, it is going to do this particular bonus point, that is implementing the pub sub architecture here. So as we can see, it is not directly saving the data into the database again. It is going to use the publisher function to send that particular message into the delivery receipt queue, right? So one second, where's the queue? I mean the publisher. So this is going to handle the same thing again, that it is going to send this particular message into this particular queue, and this is the consumer which is going to handle of listening to the receipt calls that are made, and it is going to update the communication logs based on that, right? So this is the function that is going to take care of that. So it I have also implemented the batch updates things. That is, it is going to take in the data in a like for loop. Then it is going, not a loop, but yes, it is going to constantly listen to the data. And once the size of the batch, basically let's say 10 messages have come to the um, queue at once, basically to this particular function. So it is going to have just given the size as 10 as of now. So it is going to make the process batch function call. That is, it is going to finally store the data in the form of bulk update, and then it is going to update the communication log in the database, right? And after that, one second, now let's just go to the platform. Right. So I think I have explained how exactly the personalized message will be edited and saved into the database, and what will be the flow for that. So let's just create a campaign now. Mm, okay, so the campaign is created successfully, and now we can go to the campaign history. As we were given this particular point, we should be able to see the campaign history. So we can see the points that okay, this was the particular campaign, and we can just see some stats. As we can see, the campaign page should display these particular data sets, basically the statistics, audience size, what was the number of sent and failed messages. As we can see, the random sent and the failed messages are 5 and 6 in this particular case, which is handled by the consumer function. So finally, there I'll just show the communication log, which is the last functionality of this particular platform. So as we can see, this was the campaign ID for which 11 calls have been made almost, and we can see the sent and the failed and everything over here, which is going to basically tell us what was the communication log data, what was the message that was sent. As we can see, hi Rahul, this is this, right? Okay, so I think that is it for the platform. And yes, apart from that, this particular point that Google based authentication should be there. I'll just log out, and then as you can see, the Google authentication is also implemented. So I can just sign into this particular platform and I'll just be logged in and then logged out. So that is it from my end. That is the platform, and I think I have taken care of almost all the points that were mentioned in the assignment. So yes, that is it from my end. Thank you so much.